Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we are, I will be going over, just really quickly how the home regions mod works. I've been seeing a lot of people online, hold on, sorry, had some weird audio going on in the background. I've seen a lot of people online, especially with the release of the, um, Royalty and Legacy pack, talk about how they don't want to see, the King and Queen of Ondarion and Willow Creek, or, the King and Queen of any other world in some random world just hanging out at a bar. Which obviously brought up the mention of the Home Regions mod and the a lot of confusion on people not knowing how to set it up. So I just wanted to go over a couple of settings that I change. My settings are already set up, so I won't be, showing you exactly, which settings, like what I've changed my settings to, like in like serious detail. But so there's two ways to access the mod. The first is to shift left click on your sim, and my pie menu lag is acting up. Now I have a pie menu overhaul, so give me one moment while I find. Okay. So here's one of the options, which is world exemptions. So let's say I wanted my sim self here. She lives in San Myshuno, and in my game, San Myshuno sims and San Sequoia sims are the only ones who can go between the two worlds. But let's say I wanted my sim to show up in Willow Creek. So I would go in here. As you can see, she already lives here. If I can find where it says San Sequoia. Bypass home regions and be in San Sequoia. So I don't know why this isn't grayed out, but where's Willow Creek? So let's say I wanted her to show up in Willow Creek. If I click this, she will bypass the systems and show up in Willow Creek, San Myshuno, and San Sequoia, all in all three worlds. Even though in my settings, Willow Creek does not connect to the world that she lives in. So that's that setting. But if I go to, where is it? Actually, don't know if it's on here. There used to be, cheat some info. Maybe I have to click on a random sim. Let's find, oh god, I forgot it's winter in my game. Do I have? No, okay. Here's a random sim. If I click on you, I don't know if they've removed, oh, here, move Tony 2. So currently they are set to nowhere. So Gianna, I think that's how you say there, does not currently have an assigned home region to remove. So this means that they will show up in any world as an NPC. But let's say that I just wanted them to show up in Copperdale. So it moves Gianna's household to Copperdale has no effect on the sims already living in a house. So obviously this will not work if a sim is placed down in a lot. This is for your NPCs. So let's say you have a family in Willow Creek who you've made extended family for them who are not placed households, but you only want them to show up in certain worlds. So you don't want them free roaming in Sulani. So for me, my Willow Creek, Newcrest, and Magnolia Promenade, they're all connected. So I would set them as maybe an NPC for Newcrest. They'd still be able to show up in Magnolia Promenade and Willow Creek, but not any other world, if that makes any sense. So we'll set her to Copperdale. So has successfully been moved to Copperdale. So That's the clicking on the sim options that you have. If we shift left click on the floor, we can see we have home regions settings here. This is where majority of the settings for this mod are located. So we'll go over those briefly. So the first one is notification settings. So this is for anytime you change anything within the settings, you'll get that little orange pop-up on the right hand side, or if you've moved sim from one world to the next. So that same pop-up that we just got, you can turn those on or off. So let's say I don't want them to show up anymore. Now whenever I move a sim, I won't get the little notifications. I like to have them just to make sure that everything, is where I want it. Street weights I don't touch. I've actually never clicked on that setting before, so I can't help you there. Venue filters. This determines whether or not local sims, like whether or not, so if we click on the beach, right? So this says open. I want it to be only sims who are in that world. So for beaches, I think it's just Sulani and Tartosa. Those are those are islands. So I don't want anyone else being able to go to those venues. I think all the rest of these I have set to local only. I just don't know why I didn't set that one. But same with the high school. Actually no, this one I have set to open. So locals only sims allowed in Copperdale will attend high school. Obviously we want more than that. Sorry, I have like this weird like fucking issue with my nose. Restaurants are local only, so only sims within those regions will go to those restaurants. Tourist toggle. Kind of the same thing, but whether or not. So what's a good one to choose? Hold on. Let's do Sulani. So when set to open, sims from all worlds will be able to attend tourist events such as festivals. I set these to locals only. So only the locals, and any of your current sim that is visiting will be able to. I actually haven't gone through these apparently. I think I did a couple of them, but I'll just show you. See, just gonna set all of these. Career filters. I have all of these set to same as household. So when set to same as household, coworkers that your sim meets while in a career rabbit hole will be filtered according to the regional filter rules of the active households world. So if my sim lives in San Myshuno and I put her in the social media career, she will only be able to meet coworkers in the social media career who live in San Myshuno or San Sequoia, nowhere else. Which is nice because that means that they, live within the same regions. I use this mod and the Better World Select in Tangent, and I moved all my worlds around according to how my map looks. But all of my career toggles are set to same as household. Or my career filters. Soft filters. So the way that these work, so let's click on San Myshuno. Determine whether or not San Myshuno has a soft filter applied to it. Worlds without a soft filter will generate a new sim if no pre-existing local sims are available. This means like the service sims. Worlds with a soft filter still prefer local sims, but will allow foreign sims to show up if no local sims are available. So I'm in the process of going through and enabling all these. This is a new setting that I've been touching with, just because I want my home regions settings to be as like defined as possible. And again, I also actually don't know if I mentioned this. I've changed the way my home regions works. So, I'll show you my map. Sorry about that. I will show you my map here in a minute of and how that works. But this is the main setting that you'll touch. So, regional filter settings. So, allowed worlds, disallowed world, and bidirectional toggle. So, by default, all worlds are separate. So they're not allow I think the only one that allows any other world is like Magnolia Promenade allows Newcrest and Willow Creek, but I've heard we had those connected anyway. So like if I go in here and I click on Newcrest, you'll see that Willow Creek and Magnolia Promenade are grayed out. When you click allow worlds and click on a world, anything that is grayed out is what is connected. Any of these that are not grayed out that I can select on, these are not connected. Okay. If I go back into the setting and I click disallow worlds, you'll see that Chestnut Ridge does not have any worlds connected to it. So it's grayed out. You cannot click on it. All of these that I can click on, these have worlds connecting to them. So let's say I wanted to click on, so allow Sims in Newcrest. So the only worlds connected are Willow Creek and Magnolia Promenade. So I can only select these. So this will disconnect these worlds if I were to click on this and then click OK. None of the rest of these worlds are connected to Newcrest, so I can't click on them. So allows you to apply a regional filter both ways when allowing or disallowing worlds. I did not realize this was a setting. I didn't want to turn it on until I was recording. But normally what happens is if you go into I'll show you. If you go into allow worlds and let's say we want to allow a world, we'll allow Oasis Springs in Newcrest. I'll change this back. Did I click on the wrong thing? I don't think I did. Okay, so we're going to allow Oasis Springs to be connected to Newcrest, right? But then if I go into Oasis Springs, Newcrest is not connected. So normally you'd have to manually connect each of those worlds, which is great if you want, you know, Sims from Newcrest to be able to go into Oasis Springs, but not Sims from Oasis Springs to go into Newcrest. I would assume that you would want them to be connected both ways, but originally you have to do both worlds. So if you turn this on, it'll automatically do it on both ends. So if you click to connect Newcrest and Oasis Springs, it'll do it automatically. I'm gonna disconnect these though, so I don't forget. Alright, and then you have the restore. So when you click on this, you can back up and restore or just restore. I'm not gonna obviously reset my settings. And then the last one is other toggles. So the main one that I touch in here is Cupid's Corner. So when set to locals only, Sims who show up in the Cupid's Corner app or on blind dates will be filtered according to the regional filter rules of the current world. When set to open, Sims from all worlds will be allowed. Does not apply to Sims imported from the gallery. I don't import Sims from the gallery, so that does not matter for me. I have this set to locals only. And burglar, I have set to locals only, so it would choose Sims from within the same world or worlds. like connecting worlds. For the burglar, um, pizza delivery. When set to replace random pizza delivery walkbys will be replaced by normal neighbors. I'll just leave this alone. And then I actually haven't seen the alien one, or I haven't, just didn't care about it because I haven't really played with aliens. When set to replace random disguised alien walkbys will be oh yeah, I'm gonna replace that. I I don't think the aliens would kind of just even disguised would kind of just be walking around in random worlds. But I'm gonna switch over really quickly to my map so I can kind of explain uh and show you how all of my worlds are connected. Okay, so here we are on my map screen. Uh, okay. Um, it's a bit chaotic. I'm sorry. Um, so obviously we have Sixum over here. It's its own planet. Uh, Over here in the corner we have Mount Komorebi. That is its own island. It's like completely separated, so you can see anything separated has red lines. So it means that these you cannot go from Nordhaven to Granite Falls without a plane. Like even though they're right next to each other on the map, you need a plane to go in between these. So that's what all of these red lines are. So Willow Creek, you cannot just go to Oasis Springs, I mean, you can drive, but it's gonna be a much further drive. Um, all of everything circled in this yellow are what I've connected through home regions. So even though Newcrest is right next to Evergreen Harbor, you can't be a Newcrest simp walking around in Evergreen Harbor. You need to physically travel from one to the other. Like I have to be like in control of the sim to travel. This is what I meant when I said that these are islands, that they're like completely separate. Like nothing is none of these other worlds are going on in Tomare. Ciudad and Salvadoreta are connected. I don't have Batu, so that's just uh I ignore that. Delso is on its own. Chestnut's on its own. Oasis and Strangerville are connected. Ravenwood's on its own. Um, I mostly use this version of my map because I have this version, then I have a clean version. I use this version for when I'm actually traveling. So let's say I'm playing with the Goth family in Willow Creek. I want to be able to see um how they would be able, like, so for all of these worlds over here, like Bella can just, go into San Myshuno, for a day, but she can't be there more than a few days without staying in a hotel because it's outside the city. This is all one city. This is, city area more like what is this called? I'll put the word on the screen because I can't think of it right now. But you know what I mean. So same with, like, that's how these connecting worlds work. Obviously, Granite Falls is far into the woods, but then Copperdale is like where all like the neighborhoods are, and then this is neighborhood world and wood adjacent kind of a thing. But, I just wanted to show you uh this map so you have an idea of like when I was connecting all of my worlds, how I went about it. You're welcome to use this map as a reference as well. Um, I don't know. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Anyways, I hope you guys found that somewhat helpful and maybe explained the mod a bit better than just, the mod page. I will leave a link to the home regions mod and to the original creator of my map as well, in the description. Um, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment and I will try and explain to the best of my ability. I had like a short like list of stuff that I wanted to talk over in this video of like um explaining. Obviously there isn't like too much because like the mod is very personal. Like you get to choose how you want the settings. There is no right or wrong. Um So the only thing I really could do is explain what each setting did. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.